Hi, I'm Charlie, and for my research project I looked into the question, investigate how first-time voters will make the decision of who to vote for in the 2013 federal election. I used a variety of sources. First up was really a lot of reading, newspapers, scholarly articles, things of that variety, and then after that, once I had some knowledge, I went into doing my own research, which was a survey. I got a number of satirical responses from a couple of friends that weren't very helpful, but I think sample size was an issue. From the software I used, you could only get up to 100 responses, so it was hard to see if I could validate my findings with a limited sample size. Yeah, I had one interview via email correspondence, but I ended up not using it too much in my outcome, but it was more a guiding tool of how to go about the research that I later did. I did my outcome in the format of a written report, and I targeted that towards an audience of high school students who are similar age to me. And I thought that through targeting it to that audience, it would be something that hopefully I could show to my peers and they'd have a bit of interest in. Well, I really looked at it from two aspects, how they vote and why they vote. So I found that the key factors for the younger demographic were education came first, then it was healthcare was very important, and then cost of living was ranked third. And when that was compared against the entire demographic, which was done for the advertiser survey, they found that cost of living was ranked first. So it was saw that to young people, cost of living isn't as much an issue. They're more focused on side issues like education and healthcare. I had a bit of trouble just first up. I tried to do a very broad analysis and tried to look at too many different factors, and ended up doing it very shallowly and not very well. So then I kind of redefined and looked really specifically into how voters vote, not necessarily what they vote for, and that allowed me to get some findings that are a lot more useful and substantive. I'd probably even get even more precise. I might pick one specific factor and see why people vote for that. I think there's a lot of holistic research out there, but it's the specific research I think you can glean a lot more from, because you get a lot more authoritative findings. It's really important when you're developing your question to get something that's both interests you and something that's manageable. Don't do something that's unachievable, and also do something that really kind of tests you out and takes you a little bit out of your comfort zone. If you have made a longboard before, I probably wouldn't say do that again. Do something you haven't done before. There's an opportunity to do something different in a school environment and on school time. Research project's been helpful in developing my literacy skills, so writing and referencing, because my outcome was in that written report format. And also it's given me a lot of confidence in doing my own research, not just relying on the research of others to make findings. Because it's such a large project, it really does make you become disciplined with how you organise your work and how you keep everything together. So yeah, it was good to reinforce the things I've been telling at school of stay organised and do everything on time.